Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. So today in this occasion, we will present our cultural analysis of the movie with Dragon 2021. And this presentation is prepared by Alkindi Zaitun and my friends Anissa Hilya. Okay, before we look deeper into the cultural elements, let's start with the background of the movie first. Wish Dragon is a 2021 Chinese animated film that tells the story of Din, a young man who unexpectedly meets a magical dragon that can grant wishes. Although the movie is full of comedy and fantasy, it also carries meaningful message. And the story highlights important values such as friendship, humility, and the strong bond between family members. Moreover, food appears many times in the film, not just as something to eat but as a symbol of togetherness and emotional warmth. Because of that, food become one of the key cultural elements that help us understand the characters, relationship, and the overall message of the movie. For the first slide, here, Dan is finally having dinner with his mother and Lina after going through many challenges. And they sit together at a small table, smiling and reconnecting. This moment may look simple, but it carries deep cultural meaning. This scene highlights the importance of family love and togetherness. Even though the meal is simple, but it represents emotional healing and reconnection. The focus is not on the luxury or the expensive food, but on the love they share. And it reminds us that spending time with family is priceless. From this moment, we can see several cultural values. For the first is the scene teaches family unity and humility, showing how important it is to stay close and supportive. Second, it reflects happiness through simplicity, because sometimes small moments bring the greatest joy. And finally, it's so emotional and connection through shared meals, where eating together become a way to strengthen the relationship. Next, let's look at the cultural symbol in this scene. Here, we see traditional Chinese tableware such as chopstick, porcelain bowls, spoons, a teapot, or a teacups. This item is not just tool for eating, but they represent the Chinese dining tradition and focus on balance, respect, and harmony. Tea, for example, is often served as a warm gesture of hospitality. Because of that, this object shows the cultural importance of manner and togetherness during meals. They remind us that dining in Chinese culture is not only about food but also about respect and connection. When we compare to Indonesia, there are some differences. Indonesians usually use spoon or fork instead of chopstick, and tea often served casually rather than as a part of formal ritual. And this comparison helps us to understand how each culture expresses warmth and hospitality in different ways. And the next scene, where the two kitchen workers are busy cooking together in a restaurant. They move with coordination and sheer focus, showing how teamwork is essentially in Chinese kitchen, and it highlights cooperation and efficiency rather than working alone. And this is similar to Indonesian's tradition as gotong royong, where people work together to achieve a shared goals.
Next is cultural symbols, traditional Chinese tableware. On this slide, I'm going to talk about the cultural symbols so in the dinner scene. The symbol here is traditional Chinese tableware, including chopsticks, porcelain bowls, spoons, a teapot, and teacups. These items represent Chinese dining traditions that emphasize balance, respect, and harmony. Serving tea also symbolizes hospitality and respect, which is an important value in Chinese culture. This shows that a meal is not only about the food, but also about togetherness and appreciation. And compared to Indonesia, we usually eat using spoons and forks. Tea is also common here, but it is often served casually, not as a formal tradition. Next on the slide about the cultural symbol is restaurant kitchen teamwork. In Chinese culture, this teamwork reflects cooperation, discipline, and the belief that success is achieved together, not individually. Everyone in the kitchen knows their role and they move in harmony. This highlights a strong value of unity in their work culture. When we compare it with Indonesia, it is similar to our concept of gotong royong, where people help each other to reach a common goal. Alright, on this slide, cultural symbols is caring neighbors. In many Chinese communities, neighbors help each other by sharing food, giving support, and maintaining harmony in their daily lives. This symbolizes empathy, respect, and social unity. In Indonesia, we also have strong neighborhood relationships like ronda, arisan, or simply helping each other. So this value is relatable to us. And now for this slide, the cultural symbol is colorful decorations, especially in red and gold. In Chinese culture, red symbolizes happiness and good luck, while gold represents prosperity. These colors are commonly used during celebrations or in family homes. This reflects the community's optimism and their hope for good fortune. And in Indonesia, we also use bright decorations during celebrations like in Independence Day or weddings. Although the meaning of the color is different, the spirit of celebration is the same. Now moving on to this slide, about the symbol here is the sandclunch, a three-wheeled vehicle used for transporting goods or food. The symbol represents hard work, perseverance, and family support, especially in busy urban areas of China. It shows how modern society still values determination and resilience. And in Indonesia, the function is similar to our small trucks or motorcycles used for deliveries. These vehicles also symbolize effort, survival, and family livelihood. And finally, this is our personal reflection from DR4GON. We learned that food is not just something we eat, it is something that builds connection and love. The simple dinner scene in the movie shows how a meal can bring warmth, gratitude, and emotional healing. It reminds to our that family moments do not have to be luxurious to be meaningful. This is also true in Indonesia. Simple meals with loved ones can strengthen our relationship.